Hey everyone, welcome back to AntLab Games. Today we're going to do a playthrough of The Hunters, German U-Boats at War, 1939 to 1943. This is a Consum Press military history simulation game. It's a solitaire game. I believe the playtime it states is like up to 2 hours, but I think that's for the whole campaign. So you can do basic patrol missions in much shorter amount of time, depending on what happens and how many encounters you do have. But we'll go through that as we go on into the playthrough. So basically this game puts you in the captain's seat of a German U-boat during World War II. And your mission is basically to go on patrols and sink as much tonnage of enemy merchant ships, which are typically British, as possible and survive. So when we get back, we'll begin the playthrough, and I'll show you how this game plays. See you after the break. September 1939. England and France have just declared war on Germany. Captain Lieutenant Stübing of the German Navy has been assigned command of the Type 7A German submarine U-27. He is awaiting orders from command on his first patrol mission. The U-boat is loaded out to capacity with 4 steam torpedoes in the front forward torpedo tubes, 1 steam in the aft with 1 in the reloads. Forward reloads consist of 4 electric torpedoes and 1 steam. The U-boat can hold a max of 11 torpedoes. As for deck gun ammo, the 8.8 centimeter is at max capacity as well, holding 10 rounds. The ship is currently in port and awaiting orders from command. Command assigns patrols, and U-27 draws the British Isles. So U-27 prepares to begin its first patrol. U-27 begins transit towards the British Isles. Roll of 8, transit, no contacts. U-27 moves into the next transit, rolls another 8, no contacts. So U-27 has reached the British Isles and enters its first patrol point within the British Isles. On a roll of an 8, an unescorted ship. 1 ship. The watch notes that it is a large freighter, and the time of day is night. The ship, the large freighter, has been identified as the Brockley Hill at 5,300 tons. With this information, Captain Lieutenant decides to do a close range, nighttime, since it's night, surface assault against this large freighter. So it will take up to 3 damage before being sunk. So Kapitan Lieutenant Stubing decides to open up with 2 shots from the 8.8 centimeter. We're at close range. We need an 8 or less to hit, so we're going to roll. For the first shot, we get a 9, we miss. Second shot, we roll a 4, we hit. Attack damage, 1d6. We roll a 3. 3 does 1 damage. 2 shots, 1 hit. Large freighter takes 1 damage. This ammo is expended, and Kapitan Lieutenant Stubing decides to fire 2 torpedoes from the forward torpedo tubes. You know what? Make that 3. So 3 torpedoes fired at close range, 8 or less. First one hits. Second one hits. And since it's a night surface torpedo, we get -1 modifier, so that's actually a 7, so it's even easier to hit at night. So that's 2 hits. And a 6, -1 is 5, that's 3 hits. All 3 torpedoes have hit our target. Now we need to see if there are any of those torpedoes were duds. So it is 1939, we're firing steam torpedoes, we need a 1 or a 2 for it to be a dud. So the first one's a dud. Second one is not. Third one is not. So 2 of our 3 torpedoes were not duds. So now we need to calculate damage. So our first torpedo, that hit, we roll a 5, that's 1 damage. Second torpedo, we roll a 3, that's 1 damage. So we do 2 more damage to the large freighter. 2 more damage is enough to sink the Broccoli Hill. So we've scored 5,300 tons in our first encounter at the cost of 2 deck rounds and 3 torpedoes. So the U-27, after combat, before going on to its next leg of the patrol, reloads all of its tubes. Doing an ammo inventory, we've got 4 ammos, 4 torpedoes in the forward tubes, 2 electric, 2 steam, 1 in the aft, 1 reload left in the aft for steam, and 2 electrics left in forward storage. And we have 8 more rounds for the deck gun. U-27 advances to the next leg of the British Isle Patrol and finds a ship plus escort. Time of day is night. The ship size is a small freighter. The small freighter has been ID'd as the Gartavan at 1,800 tons. With such a small target being escorted, it's not worth the risk. So we're going to ignore this contact and continue on to the next leg of our patrol. We roll an 8 is another lone ship, this time unescorted. The time of day is daytime, and the size of our ship is another small freighter. We've identified the small freighter as the Daphne at 2,000 tons. So we have a daytime encounter with a small freighter. Which will need two damage to sink. And we're going to go at close range as there's no escort, so we're going to go right up in it. On the surface, they have no defense. So we will commit and open up with a deck gun assault, where we get 2 shots at close range, 8 or less hits, no modifiers. So it's a 4, that's a hit. And that's a 5, that's another hit. So 2 hits. Now we roll for damage. Again, no modifiers here. 1d6. I'll roll them both at the same time, so both shots, we'll see how much damage they do. So we get a 6 and a 4. Both 4 or higher, so 2 damage with the deck gun. And 2 damage is just enough to sink the Daphne and score Kapitan Lieutenant Stübing another 2,000 tons. So we finished our last leg of patrol in the British Isles, and we will begin transit back to port. And we get a 9, so we have no encounters. We have 1 more transit to port. And we roll an 8, and we're not spotted by any aircraft. So we have successfully made it back to port and completed our first patrol. Now that our patrol is over, we will be in the refit stage. As we've not had 3 successful missions yet, being that this was only our first, we're not eligible for crew promotions, so that won't occur until 2 more successful patrol missions. We also don't get to change our sub, so we will continue to command the U-27, which is fine by me. We've reloaded and rearmed all of our torpedoes and deck gun ammo that was used. The total success of this first patrol was 7,300 tons sunk. So we are well on our way, and I would consider that a successful first patrol. We didn't take any damage. We didn't run into anything we couldn't get out of, but we didn't also get a chance to fight any really big ships. So hopefully our next patrol will be more lucrative. Our refit period will take 1 month, so the month of October we'll spend in port, but we will look to get our next assignment November 1939. We'll see how that goes. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the first episode, and I will see you next time.